thinking. Mm. Okay, great. We are live. We are live. Happy Monday, first day of the week for some of you. For me, it's already the second day because we start our week on Sunday here in Bahrain, which is awesome. And so, on a day like this, well, because it's Martin Luther King Day over in the US, so some organizations are off for today. The stock market is off, it's closed. And so it's kind of like a holiday in the US. But we are not in the US, so we had to go to work. And while we're at work, we're interacting as leaders, interacting with people, leading our teams. Let me ask you this. Are you creating other leaders in your team? It's very important to do this because if you're not creating other leaders, you may be asking yourself, why am I always so tired? Why is everything always falling on me? And that's because if you haven't made other leaders, everybody's going to be relying on you. But if you encourage other people to become leaders, then they can take up some of the roles that you may have had to take up in the past. They become the leaders, the potential leaders that are being trained to take off some of your tasks. That way you won't have to say, I am tired. If you don't want to keep carrying the whole load yourself, then you need to start training other leaders. And the key here is leaders attract potential leaders. Let me tell you why. Because leaders want people or want to be with people who think like them. That's the first thing. There's a common ground when you're wanting to attract other leaders. They will think like you. They express feelings that other leaders sense. And they create an environment that attracts potential leaders. I'll explain a little bit more about that. And I think this is key. You tell me what you think after I share this. Leaders are not threatened by people with great potential. Sometimes some leaders may feel threatened when they see that an up-and-coming leader is stepping up, they're taking charge, they're doing things. Because one, it's a reflection on them not doing what they're supposed to be doing, so they're falling short. And they may also be thinking, this new leader might take my place someday. So, a good leader who is able to train and bring up and attract other leaders does not feel threatened when they step up and they're doing what they need to do to get the job done. If you've ever heard of the leadership lid, this was a concept that was, I'm not sure if he thought it up, but I heard it from him first, and that's John Maxwell. So, for example, if on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Maybe I should say, I think this would be better. From 1 to 10. Obviously, 1 is the lowest, 10 is the highest. Say, for example, you are kind of in between. Now, the law of the lead says that everything around what you do is going to be less than 5. Because remember, from 0 to 10, you have 5. So everything you do, the way you lead will be at level 5. The way the results of your project will be level 5 as well. The way you lead your team, the projects you're working on, everything is going to be dictated by the law of the lead. Now, for you to attract leaders that are above that level 5, you have to raise your level of leadership also. Because you probably heard the saying, birds of the same feather, complete that, flock together. So to raise your leadership lead, there's certain things you need to do. Get a mentor, take on more challenging leadership roles, go for training, get coaching, increase your knowledge and your experience as a leader. And so when you are able to raise that level, because someone at a 5 will not be able to lead someone at a 9. Assuming that nobody is at 10, nobody is a perfect leader. Everybody has room to grow. So if you're at a 5, you will not be able to lead somebody higher than a 5. It's not going to work, because they won't be able to listen to you, and you will feel intimidated by their leadership. And so this is why when you raise your level of leadership, you won't feel intimidated. If you raise it from 5 to 9, there's no stopping you. And so you will naturally, once you get to that 9, you naturally attract other leaders that are at that level. So the key is identify, first of all, raise the awareness of where your leadership lead is. What can you do to raise it and therefore attract the types of leader that you want on your team? And with that, it's been a lovely, lovely time, and I will see you tomorrow.